Just out of our detail shop and ready to go in your garage is this beautiful 1969 AMX 394 speed with Go Pack. Comes equipped with power steering, power brakes, and was an AC car, and I do have the air conditioning stuff that does come with the car. It's just not, previous owner had taken it off, but it does all come with it. It's got a new Edelbrock carburetor on it, chrome valve covers. Absolutely beautiful firewall as far as the paint. It was all jammed and stuff when it was repainted years ago. This is an older paint job on this AMX, and you know, a 5 foot, 10 foot, it looks great. You get up close to it, there is paint imperfections, and I'll do my best to point a lot of those out to you. But I classify this as a great looking turnkey driver, not a show car. But as far as on the engine compartment goes, it's had all new plugs, wires, new carburetor, recent tune-up. Car runs great. We actually drove this car home about 50 miles when we purchased it. Looks like power steering belts and stuff, and power steering hoses are new. I'm not super familiar with the AMXs, but with the Go Pack, this thing's got the 394 speed. It's got the stripes, a different beefed up suspension as far as what I was told on the Go Pack as well. It's riding on a really nice set of Krager SS rims, BFG radial tires all the way around, raised white letters. They're 235, 60, 15s in the front. And we have 235, 60, 15s in the back. So same size tire all the way around, and the car really has a very nice muscle car stance to it. Hood gap on the driver's side is really nice. Hood gap on the passenger side, fairly even from front to back. Really lines up nicely perfectly with the hood to the fender. As far as the paint goes, car came in, it was a little dull. We went ahead and buffed the whole thing and really gave it a great shine. So I mean, it has an excellent shine. If we look here to the front, you can tell this is down to bare metal. Some of the original paint has chipped off around this front eyebrow, and so that's looks like it's original metal down there. Front bumper is in excellent condition. Front and rear bumper has both been re-chromed, and the front bumper looks like brand new. Another thing that usually gets messed up on these AMC AMXs are the grills, and this grill is in excellent shape. If you look from side to side, I don't see any pieces that are visibly busted on there. We got a little ding in that hood chrome right here, and a couple little chips. You can see some chips right along this edge of the hood. The worst part of body damage on the whole entire car is right here on this hood. If you can look, there's some paint cracks right along here on this hood. I mean, but like, I don't know if you can see the paint quality as far as on the shine on this car, but it has a beautiful shine. Another paint crack here, and one more right here. So right in this front area, it does have some, I'm going to call it probably a skim coat of filler was put on this hood at one point, and it just cracked out. Solid hood. I don't know why they did that or why that's cracked, but it is. Other than that, the hood is in great shape all along the back. The paint's nice on the hood. The stripe looks great. We're going to come over here to the passenger side, and we do have you can see right along this edge here, we got some little chips right along this edge, a couple little touch-ups. Bottom of the front fender is excellent. Very solid as well. Same thing, I don't know if you can hear that, all nice metal here. That fender feels to me like it's a rust-free original fender. No blisters down here whatsoever. Our gap on this door is excellent on the front. Perfectly even from front to back. And our body line right here is great as well. Now, when you get right on top of the paint, 5 foot, something like that, I don't know how to describe this, but the car will need to be repainted. The paint is just kind of breaking down. It's not spider webbing. Like I said, I haven't really seen this before, but it's just, I'm trying to think if you can feel it. I can't really feel it either, but you can just see just a ton of little lines in that paint. And I don't know exactly what it is. Hasn't been sanded or anything. It's just breaking down inside that paint. So the door has that, and so does this quarter panel. The hood does not have it, and neither does the roof or the trunk lid. But this quarter down in here and that door does have that. You can kind of see it's kind of a marbly look to it. Got the 390 emblems back here. Again, here's a good idea. That tire tread is in fantastic shape there. Back bumper looks excellent as well. That's been replaced. It also has brand new MagnaFlow dual exhaust. Previous owner in the last 2 years have done that as well. Taillight lenses really look good. They've got some hairline cracks in them here and there, but not in bad shape for original. If we look up and down the sides of the passenger side, very straight car. Again, for a driver 10 foot away, it looks fine. You get up close, it's going to need to be repainted to be a show car. No blisters behind the wheel. We do have looks like a hairline little paint crack right here where my finger is. Other than that, this wheel lip is perfect. As I'm feeling on the inside of the wheel lip, you got nice metal all along there. Feels really good. The front of the rear wheel, perfect, no blisters. We're gonna open that door up. Just what I want to see. The original door lip has never had any filler or anything on that. Looks perfect. Our rubbers here, not in the best shape. It's broke right along here on the top. Other than that, they're somewhat, pretty pliable, but they should be replaced. The corners of the doors are perfect. The door jamb paint on this car was not done as nice as the exterior paint. It's the same color. It's just, you can see here, the door jamb paint and stuff is just kind of shrinking, and it's got a lot of chips on it. Same thing in the jam area. I mean, it was all painted. They just didn't do a good a job on the jams as they did on the exterior of the car. As far as I can tell, these are the original seats. They do show a little wear. We got a little bit of a cigarette burn right there. And they do have the little slits in here for the headrest. Both seats do on the top. See right there? And I don't have the headrest, so as far as the seat backs, they're in good shape. We got a little bit of a discoloration right there, and I'm not really sure what that is. The carpet's in excellent shape. I do have, this car comes with new carpet, it looks like, but this carpet's like brand new, so I don't know, he's got 2 sets of carpet for it. This carpet looks perfect to me. Also, that back shelf looks perfect, except for somebody put a pair of Pioneer speakers in it, and they work. But I have another new rear shelf carpet without the speakers cut in, so if you don't like that, it comes with the brand new one. The carpeted wheel well all looks really good. Now, the plastic trim's real decent in it. It does have some small cracks in that plastic trim by the screw holes up on the top by the headliner. And if you look, the next person who gets it really should sand a lot of that, take that plastic out, scuff it up, and then re-dye all that plastic. It really should have that done. The headliner is in perfect condition. It doesn't sag. It looks great. Visors look good. Factory 4-speed car as far as I can tell. I don't think this is the original shifter. I've done some research in the other shifters. The shifter looks a little different. It's got more of an angle than the original one. Dash pad looks great. I don't see any cracks on the dash pad. The wood grain around the speaker hole and the vents looks beautiful. Carpet looks nice down there. Is laid around that shifter beautifully. Door panel, it's your typical 50-year-old door panel. So we've around that wood grain, there's a little chip there on that. Very presentable door panel, but not new. Door shuts really good. It's got dual mirrors. Inside the trunk's got the original space saver and everything for it. Trunk looks great in it. Floors look good in it too. You can go to our website, www.coyoteclassics.com, and you'll see undercarriage pictures on it as well. If we look up and down the sides of this driver's side, I can see just a couple little dings maybe on that front fender, just very small. But really the paint has a great shine and a great look. So it's nothing to be embarrassed about as far as the paint. It's a beautiful driver, but as a car show level, it will need to be reshot. As we come up here, you can see it's got a little burn through in the paint where it was buffed through at one point right here along this edge. Also has a chip in the paint up here by the stripe. It's like another, just a little bit of a burn through right along this edge. No blisters that I can see in front of this rear wheel. Over the wheel lip looks really good and feels really good. We do have just a little bit of hairline crack in the paint right along here. It's very small, but it is there. As I'm feeling on this back side, I mean, it's all inner quarter. It's no Bondo on the inside of this quarter. I mean, it's all a nice thin lip of inner quarter. So that's what I like to see on that. Driver's side door and the lower fender is excellent. There's no blisters anywhere down low on it. Excellent fenders. We got a little chip here in the paint. Another chip here that was touched up. Driver's side door has that same problem with the paint. Like I said, so it's driver's side door, passenger side quarter, and passenger side door. And those three panels are the worst part of this paint. Like I said, it's a marbled look. Here's our body model trim and paint. This car usually from the factory came with 77A code for paint. Trim was 936F. Corner of the door is solid. Here's a good video of your bottom of your door. A lot of little chips along here. Paint shrinkage in the door jambs. It does have a remote mirror, and that works. Door panel looks very presentable. You can tell in the armrest it's got, just from age, it's got solvents and stuff in there. It kind of darkened the vinyl a little bit there. As far as the seat goes, the seat's got a couple little seam splits starting there. We have a pretty bad one right here, right along there. But for a driver, again, presentable seats. All right, AM FM radio works perfect. I'd shut that off. Oil pressure, it's been running for 10-12 minutes. Oil pressure at an idle, it's running at 20 pounds. Revs right up, rev it up to 55. Factory tack works. As far as our idle goes, cigarette lighter even works in the car, guys. So that means your cell phone plug-ins or whatever will work perfect there too. Our idles are right on 800 RPM. It's got 87,260 miles. I believe them to be the original, but I don't have any documentation on that. Here's our heater fan right here. Fan works on it. There's our speeds, 1, 2, and 3. There we go. So that's working. Wipers do work. As I mentioned before, wipers park as well. But as I mentioned before, the AC stuff does come with it. I think for the most part it's all there, but I can't be 100% sure. I didn't go through it all. Horn works. We do have a crack in the steering wheel right here, and I'm sure there's probably some cracks under here. That's why there was a wrap put on it. The AMX number here is 11,918, and the dash is really nice on the car. E-brake works as well. Really nice little 4-speed car. Like I said, we drove this car home and and really drove nice on the way home. Shocks feel really good. We just hit that bump there. Didn't bottom out at all. Transmission shifts great, first, second, third. Speedometer works as well. Boy, the brakes stop you right now. The power brakes work perfect. The clock does not work on the car. The other thing that doesn't work is the gas gauge, and we've checked the gas gauge itself, and the gauge works. We put a brand new sending unit in it. That is working. We've actually put 2 new senders in it because we thought the first one wasn't working. So we've checked the wiring, and it worked a few times, and it's not working now. So we've got a new gauge or tester coming in to find out what's going on in that gauge when we get back. Mile an hour, goes right down the road, no hands on the wheel. We're doing 60 mile an hour. RPM is at 2,700. Car really picks up speed well. Steering's good. As far as our brakes go, we'll try that at high speeds. Brake stop nice. Downshift to third. Downshift to second. Downshift to first. I mean, synchros are perfect in it. Nice AMX.